Good day, warm greetings. Welcome to this meditation experience. And today, exploring, I don't know if it's a stage, a perspective, an idea that I have found very, very important. And as different scenes unfold in the world, it might be a very useful tool to develop. And it's this idea of really understanding what detachment is, which can be a very loaded word for many, and how it might actually be connected to compassion. Detachment has been quite a significant part of my life for a very long time because it's something that we have to develop when we are training as a ballet dancer. Ballet dancers are experts at being detached observers of themselves because we have to see things very, very clearly. Some use the word objectively, but very, very clearly. So one of the things that we're often instructed to do, we're in the ballet class, we're doing the work in the middle of the room away from the bar, and there's just too many of us to do it at the same time. So we'll be divided into groups of 3. And when one group is going, we're instructed to go to the back of the room where there are mirrors. There's mirrors all around the room. So go in front of the mirror and practice until it's our turn. And the idea is that we're looking at ourselves in the mirror, not because we're totally in love with ourselves or checking out our outfit, but we're looking with a very detached eye, comparing what we ideal for executing the exercise versus what I'm actually doing. And being able to see that, correct the self, if you will, benefit the self, close the gap between what is ideal and what I'm actually doing. This capacity to self-correct in order to benefit is such an important thing. And it often is so non-developed. We're constantly blaming this, that, or the other thing and not really seeing what did I do that may have contributed to the present situation. Being able to look at the self, we use the term so honestly. The reason we use the word detached is there's no cruelty involved in that vision. So I look at the self, correct the self, see what I'm doing, but it's free of judgment. There's no punitive attitude. There's no heaviness or harshness, none of that stuff. There's just the opportunity, the enlightenment, the capacity to grow. So detachment is a very specific state. It is often connected to disassociation or being cold and uncaring. That's a completely different thing. Detachment is so connected to caring. In order to move in the direction of what is caring, what is beneficial, I need to see clearly what is going on. So let's see if we can explore our own capacity to be a detached observer, even if of the self. If I can master it on myself, it will naturally apply to others as well. So again, we invite you to be seated comfortably. And if there's any discomfort in the body, I can already exercise that detached vision. I don't get upset at the body, and I don't get upset at the chair I'm seated in. I do observe what might be the source of the discomfort. Is it the way I've arranged the body in the chair? Is it something about the chair? No judgment, just the capacity to see what's going on so that I can move the body into a more comfortable state, bring benefit. So once I've completed that exercise, I shift my eye of the observer inwards to explore my own inner world. And I immediately bring into my mind a scene that I experienced as challenging, filled with tension or caused anxiety. Maybe it's unresolved. Something that I experience as aversive. Could be recent, could be long ago. I bring that scene into my mind, playing it on the inner TV of my mind. The first thing I notice, does it bring up those same emotions as when it actually happened? Am I moved into that same emotional state? Emotions have this incredible power to distort my vision. I don't see things clearly at all. And so it's blocking my capacity to learn and grow. So I start to watch the scene as if I'm watching someone else's life, literally a movie belonging to someone else. And I watch it this way with a particular intention. Out of deep love for myself, I want to see what's happening. I want to learn, understand, so I can grow. Perhaps even do something differently in the future. I can protect my personal dignity and even my capacity to be kind. With this intention, this clear declaration of self-love, I observe that scene on the screen of my mind. Suddenly, this eye of detachment has become one of compassion. Compassion is about understanding and empowering, enabling things to change in a productive direction. I watch the scene through a clear lens, not distorted by emotions, but made more clear by my very loving, compassionate intention to understand. No blame, no guilt, no shame, no judgment, no punishment. To understand. This is actually a very similar response to how God works. He does not judge. He always explains. Always the intention to support the growth of every soul through understanding. So in some ways, this detachment is a very divine attitude, compassionate. As I watch this scene with more clarity, perhaps I'll start to realize new things from that scene, things I hadn't seen before. First and foremost, about myself, understanding new things about myself, perhaps things that block or compromise my highest potential, ways that I might give away my power or wisdom. I may have to play the scene more than once, but not in order to feel the emotions again and again, just to see more clearly. If I can master this with myself, I can use the same eye of detachment, of compassion on others or situations outside, seeing what needs to be seen to move things in a more beneficial or kind direction. Even the most extreme scenes, I can see differently. So there might be growth in how I choose to respond, whether it's an attitude, a vision, a word, a feeling, creating responses that are kind. This is the power of that detached, passionate I. Om Shanti. Thank you for joining.